Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So first of all, alright, now I will explain to you the task 1. So the first step, I want to find the inverse of K1. So inverse of K1 is 1 divided determinant multiplied by adjoint K. So this is the step, we find the determinant. So we need to find the minor for the matrix. To find the minor for the matrix, we have to use the method, which is, first of all, we need to close the first row and close the first column. Then we need to do a new matrix from these 9 remaining numbers. From the new matrix, these 9 numbers, we multiply these 3 numbers, 2, 1 and 4, plus with the multiplication of these 3 numbers, 5, 1 and 4, and plus with the multiplication of these 3 numbers, 4, 3 and 4. So we will got 76. After that, we have minus with the total of another number, which is multiplication of these 3 numbers, 5, 1 and 4, plus multiplication of these 3 numbers, 2, 4 and 3, and plus multiplication of these 3 numbers, which is 1, 4 and 4, and we will get 60. So after that, the total, we got this, and the total of each this multiplication and addition we got, which is 76 for this total and 60 for this total. Have to minus both of it, and 76 minus 60, we got 16. So we will move on to the next number of the second. So we will move on to the next number of the second column, which is this one. So we have to close this first column and second row. Then we use the same method, just what I have mentioned before, for the first row and first column. We got 21. After that, we find for the row 3 and row 4, also with the same method. And we will got this, the answer: 21, 19, 10, 20, negative 24, 14, negative 3, negative 15, negative 28, negative 14, 35, 28, 25, negative 7, 24 and 21. And we will get the new matrix. So we will got this minor. That is the new matrices. After that, we have to find the cofactor for this minor. This is the cofactor for this minor, and after got the cofactor, we have to adjoin it by changing the row and the column. We need change the first column to be the first row, such as like this. So it will be like this after all the row and column be changing. Then we have to inverse it. We have to use the determinant that we got. To inverse the matrix number, we have to do like this: 1 over determinant that we got and the determinant that we got is 91. Cross it with the matrix number, so 1/91 times with the matrix number. This is the answer for the multiplication. In the final answer, by multiplying the inverse K and P, then in the question the answer is no, because the answer we get here is not in the coding method from A until Z and from 0 until 25. Hence, we cannot decrypt the message. That's all for the task 1.
Next, we want to find the inverse of K2 by using a ERO method. By using this method, we want to get a whole of the left side to be the identity, and then we will get the inverse at the right side. To get the whole left side to be the identity, I need to do some step. The first step is I interchange the two row, which is row 1 and row 2. After that, I use a subtraction of two row. After do all of the step, I did not get a inverse. I did not get a whole of left side to be the identity. The reason why I cannot get the whole of left side to be the identity is because this K2 don't have the inverse. How I know the K2 don't have an inverse is by determining the determinant of this K2. I do this step to find the determinant, and then I find that determinant is equal to 0. If the determinant is equal to 0, that mean the matrix don't have the inverse. So if I use a ERO method, I cannot get the inverse.
Okay, so for the final key that we given to Wusu to identify the message that be given from along is K3. So this is the matrix for K3. 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, 2, 4. Okay, so the question is find the inverse of K3 using either methods and describe the message using the inverse. Is it the correct message? If the answer is no, then explain why. Okay, to find the inverse for K3, first of all, you have to identify the determinant for the matrix. Okay, to find the determinant for the matrix, first of all, you have to close the first row. To find the determinant for the matrix, we have to identify which column or row that we want to use. So we want to use this column. Okay, so you have to first you have to close the first row and the first column. So the remaining number in the matrix, you have to make a new matrix such as this. Okay, from the new matrix that we got, you have to multiply this number and plus it with this number and plus it with this multiplication of number. Okay, and then we got like this. After that, we have to minus with the total of another number, which is a total of multiplication of this number times with multiplication of this number and plus it with multiplication of this number, and then we got this, and the total of each of this multiplication and addition, we got 22 for this total, and 26 for this total, and we have to subtract it. We have to minus both of the number, which means 22 minus 26, and we got -4. So after that we have to move on with the next number of the second column, which is 3. So we have to close this first row and second, we have to close first column and second row. So we got new matrix, which is this, and then we use the same method that I had said before, and then we got the total -15, and after that we have to find the number for 1 and 2, and then finally we got the determinant is 13. Okay, we move on to the next step. Okay, for the next step we have to find the minor for the matrix. Okay, to find the minor for the matrix, we had to use the method that I had showed before, which is we close the first row and the first column, then the remaining number in the matrix, we made it a new matrix, and then we multiply this number and plus it with multiplication of this number, and plus it with multiplication of this number. Then we have to, the total of the multiplication and addition, we have to minus it with the multiplication of this number plus the multiplication of this number and plus the multiplication of this number, and then we got this. The total of each of this, we have to minus it. Then we got 22 and 26. We minus it, we got -4. For the rest, and then for the rest of the minor, we have to use the same method, and we got 85, 8, 7, 15, and so on. And lastly, we got this new matrix. Okay, that is for the minor. Okay, and then they have to find the cofactor for the minor that we got. So as we all know, to find the cofactor from the matrix from the minor, we have to use this positive, negative, and then so if -4, positive, we got still get -4, -5, negative, we got 5, 8, positive, we got 8, 7, negative, we got -7, -15, negative, we got 15, -9, positive, we got -9, 17, negative, we got -17, -6, positive, we got -6, 4, positive, we got 4, -10, negative, we got 10, 3, positive, we got 3, 1, negative, we got -1, 2, negative, we got -2, -4, positive, we got -4, -4, negative, we got 4, and finally 3, positive, we still got 3, and that is for the cofactor. Then we move on to the next step. After we got the cofactor, we have to adjoin it. Okay, so as well, we know that if we have to if we want to adjoin the matrix number, we have to change the row and the column. So to adjoin this matrix, we have to change the row and the column. So this first column, we have to change it to be the first row. So the first column in -4, 15, 4 and -2, and then we have to change it to be the first row. So it became 34, 15, 4 and -2. Same goes to the second column. We have to change it to become the second row. So 5, -9, 10, -4. And third column, we have to change it to become the third row. So the third row for the numeric is 8, -7, 3, 4. And the last, which is the fourth column, we have to change it to become the fourth row for the matrix, for the adjoint matrix, which is -7, -6, -1 and 3. So that is for the adjoint step. Okay, and then we have to, after we got the adjoint, we have to inverse it. So to inverse it, we have to use the determinant we got. To inverse the matrix number, as well as you all know, to inverse, we have to 1 over the determinant that we got, cross it with the matrix number. So the determinant that we got is 13. So 1 over 13 times with 1 over 13 times with the matrix number that we got, this matrix. Okay, so 1 over 13 times with the matrix number, we got this matrix number. After that, this matrix number, we have to cross it. We have to cross it with the what we call that, the matrix that be given from along, to identify the message, the secret message. So the matrix that given from along is this P. We call it P. Okay. So and then we have to cross it with the key 3. So we call K lah, K. So P cross with K, we got this. Cross this. So after we cross P and K, we got this new matrix. Okay. After we got this new matrix, we have to compare the number with the code that had been given from along. And the code is this. This is the code. So, okay, for the example, 0 means the letter A. So 0 we can assume is as A, and 18 is S. So we can assume 18 is S. So after all of the coding and compare with the coding that we have made, we got the secret message is asasi pertanian.